Welcome back to Late Night. We're here with Hillary Rodham Clinton and Louise Penny. Louise, I have a question. You obviously had an expert who was telling you these are things that could actually happen. Being a Canadian, were there times that American politics, as explained by Hillary to you, seemed beyond comprehension?
I have to say, Seth, and something I'm not sure whether you all know, but this is Canadian Thanksgiving today. So I want to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And there's no way on Canadian Thanksgiving I'm going to say something ungracious about our wonderful neighbor. But what I will say about Canada versus the United States is Justin Trudeau.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that's my answer to any
that's your
political
Trump
question.
card.
That sounds like a sequel to me.
Were there times, and I think this is a question of anybody writing fiction that takes place in Washington, D.C. these days, was there a time where, truth has become so strange that it is hard to write a world that is any different, or even harder to believe than what we're living through every day?
Yeah, I think, Louise is just an extraordinary writer and creates characters and conceives plots that are so fascinating and draw you in. But truly, what's been going on in Washington, I think, beggars the imagination. It's hard to make it up.
I think had we written this 5-6 years ago, people would have said, no, this is insane. This is ridiculous. It couldn't happen.
Yeah.
Now, actually, even in the course of writing it, it has gone essentially from fiction to nonfiction. I mean, what Hillary was talking about, frighteningly enough, a year and a half ago with me when we were discussing it, is now coming true.
Yeah. Because I've always said, look, we're going to get out of Afghanistan at some point. And when we do, we've got to remain vigilant because the terrorists are not going away. And now, in addition to the Taliban and al-Qaeda, we now have this ISIS branch there. And they have not given up on attacking us, our friends, and our allies. So people have to be aware of that. And obviously, our leaders and those who have to protect us have to pay attention. And we just have to be smart and try to think ahead about what they're trying to do and what they're going to aim at next in order to protect ourselves.
I think it was May, hopefully I'm right here, where you referred to Afghanistan as a wicked problem. And basically you predicted that when we left, this would happen, the Taliban would take over. I think everybody was caught off guard maybe by the speed it was going to happen. But if it had happened in a week, if it had happened in 6 months, if it had happened in a year, it was going to happen. Do you think then, putting aside how we left, do you think it was the right decision to leave?
It's really difficult to answer that because in the former administration, the United States government under Trump made an agreement that actually Trump's former national security advisor, McMaster, said was a surrender agreement to get out by May 1st. So when the United States government tells an adversary, we're leaving, and then the adversary goes, oh, great, let's get ready for them to leave. Let's go to the village and talk to Seth, the head guy, and say, Seth, bring home all your soldiers or you guys are going to be wiped out. And let's use our money from the opium trade to, buy favor and figure out how we're going to take over not just the countryside, but go into the cities and particularly Kabul. That's all in train. And the deal that Trump made with the Taliban was, okay, you're leaving. We won't kill Americans because you're going to leave. And so when Biden comes in, he's left with this totally fait accompli. And his decision has to be either get out in a responsible way, which was to push the deadline a little bit, or put in more troops because they're going to attack us. We have to protect ourselves. It was an absolute, Hobson's choice. So getting out was going to happen once the Trump agreement was reached. How we get out, how we protect ourselves going forward, how we try to help those Afghans who stood with us and we're taking on enormous risk. And I'm particularly focused on all the women who were in the government. They were journalists. They were in business. They were in education and healthcare. Those are the people that I hope we can continue to try to assist as we also protect ourselves. So it's complicated, but yeah, it's something that once that was decided was in train.
I want to finish with one last question about the book. Your husband, Bill, was here with James Patterson, and he admitted, they were writing a book and that he would be a little competitive about sales. Do you share this competitive nature?
Oh, certainly not, no.
I know it's impossible to ask Louise on
Seth,
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
she won't say it.
Yeah, she's so gracious.
Justin Trudeau.
I just wish everyone well.
You wish everyone well? How very Louise of you. I want to thank very much Hillary Rodham Clinton and Louise Penny. State of Terror is available now.